Hey y'all, out here feeding some nannies today. Travis is under the weather. He went to the doctor. He tested positive for COVID, and I've been staying away from him for a few days anyway. So Quinn's on a little skiing vacation, but I need to look the animals over every once in a while anyway, and I'm glad to do it. It's really a nice day. It's maybe 10 degrees out, but it's not windy and it's not really too bad out. Sun's shining here. So anyway, I'm around here. We've got those soybeans, that the truck rolled over, and we salvaged some of them. And they had a bunch of road rash from the blacktop and things there. So we're feeding them to these guys, and about 3/10 of a pound a day is what we're feeding them. Soybeans are, I don't remember now, let's just say 40% protein, and they've got a good fat content for energy. But we're not feeding these every day. So what you can do with protein, you can feed 2, 3, maybe even 4 days worth in one day and then come back. So instead of 3/10 of a pound, I gave them 1.2 pounds. See, enough to go, well no, it's 0.9 pounds, enough to go 3 days what we're doing. So almost a pound per day, and what that's doing is stimulating the bacteria in their gut as much as anything, in the rumen, and then they can more easily digest some of this. You can see their forage there, and there's some green there, there's some brown there. Quite honestly, if we didn't have these soybeans available to us, we probably wouldn't be feeding these any extra protein just yet. And then we'd probably bring out those feed tubs like we did last year towards that last third of gestation. I like them to be on a little higher plane of nutrition when they're coming into kidding. They're growing those kids, multiple kids, pretty fast, and they're getting ready to milk. And so with any livestock, that's an important time. If you're going to supplement, that's when I would do it. There's some people that don't. We do our hair sheep the same way. Some people that don't. I can't prove that it pays us extra dividends in kids or not. You just sort of have to look at the research and go with that. And it depends on the type of forage you're on, see. So when these guys get to the last third of the gestation, they're going to have most of this green picked out of here, and we may be feeding them hay. Now we brought a little hay over here the other day, and you can see they ate some of it, but they're not too enthused about it. And I don't like bucket feeding the nanny herd, or any of them really, because they knock you down, they follow you around, and so that's why we go to the protein tubs. When they get close to kidding, I don't want to drive in here and have them follow me all over the place and their kids laying around all over the place. I want them with their kids, all paired up. And so we just spend the extra money on those protein tubs. They're like, well, we bought some early. They're about $800 a ton. They're probably $1,000 a ton if you had to buy them today. That's a Purina tub, but you can check with your local dealers. So that's pretty expensive, but it's a short period of time. It's the convenience of you don't have them knocking you down, running over top of you while you're trying to bucket feed them. They're not following you all over the pasture, and you can just drive in and you can look them over a lot better. I don't know, to me it's worth it especially since it's only for, you know, maybe a couple of months, maybe 3 even, and we'll keep them out even after they're kidding. Just depends on their forage and how fast that's growing in front of them, see? So, well, guys, let's pack up, and I'll check their water. Right now I'm breaking ice in this pond. It's supposed to warm up though, but I'll check and see what it looks like, and we'll head to another bunch. So here's a small herd here. We've got where this guy wants weed and brush control. I don't remember what's here, maybe 40 or 50. Doesn't look like that many, but it never does. We may have a few less here now. We'll move some more in, but and we just have one dog here. This is probably the only situation where I'd just have one dog, and nothing much going on here in the winter time. He just needs to be here. Come kidding season though, I hope to put another one in there a few weeks prior to that at least. And so yeah, I fed some of these soybeans again. And I come down here, I thought I'd just check on their water, but we're fortunate. There's a spring comes out here, and we've still got running water here. They can get down and drink. Or if you can see across there, that's where the water comes out from under that rock, and so it keeps this little branch running. I've seen it go dry. 2012 it went dry, but we're looking at it. It's not dry now. We've had a pretty dry fall here, so I wasn't sure if it would be running. Glad to see it. Saves our labor, and so we just bring well, like these soybeans, so we're giving them 3 days worth at a time, and so we won't come back here now for 3 days. In the summertime we're just coming about once a week to put out dog food, check things, check the fence, that kind of stuff. You really got to watch your labor, and you know, I don't care if you do it yourself. Your labor's not free. You could be doing something else, and so we're careful in that regard. So gotta move on to another bunch. The next bunch is a group of sheep that we'll give some soybeans to and check their pasture.